Ladies and gents, welcome to another episode. We have a big game coming up this weekend between the Springboks and the All Blacks of New Zealand. This game will be played at Cape Town DHL Stadium. This is the second game of the two tests that these teams have played in this year's Rugby Championship. The first game between these sides was played last week in Ellis Park, and the Boks came out on top as victors in that match. This one coming up tomorrow promises to be another big spectacle. There is a lot of anticipation in the air from South African fans. It promises to be a big game, and a lot of people in South Africa will be paying attention to this game because I think it almost decides who's going to win this year's Rugby Championship. So both sides have already named their match day 23 by this time I'm making this video. The All Blacks have named and have given us their 23, and the Springboks also gave us their 23. I'm going to start with the Boks, and then I'm going to follow up with the All Blacks. The Boks have gone with a very strong front row of Oxenchair, Bungimbonambi, and Frans Malherbe at 1, 2, and 3 respectively. The second row, they've selected the veteran Ebenezer Beth with paired up with the young rookie. He's a rookie, Ruan Noche. He has a few caps under his name, so he's relatively a rookie. He did very well in the last game against the All Blacks in Ellis Park. In the line-out department, he was really good. He was calling them very well. They were very accurate. We had problems with about 1 or 2 line-outs there in that game, but overall, he was really good, Ruan Noche. The loose trio will be Sia Kolisi at 6, Peter Steph du Toit at 7, and Jasper Viers will be the 8th man. Number 9 and 10 will be Grant Williams and Andre Pollard. Andre Pollard comes back to the starting 15, replacing Sacha Ngomezulu. Sacha had a great game last week, but for this game, they have decided to bring back the veteran fly half. At the inside center, number 12, Damente Allende would start with Jose Kriel at outside center. 13. The back three will be made up of Cheslin Colbert at 11, Kenan Moody at 14, Willie Roux at 15. Willie Roux and Kenan Moody will return to the 15, starting 15. Both are great players. At 14, we know that Kenan Moody comes in to replace Catley Arendse, who got injured in that game at Ellis Park. The subs is going to be Malcolm Marx 16, Gerard Stennekamp at 17, Vincent Koch at 18, Eric Lowe starts at the bench again this year at 20. Jaden Hendrickse and Lucanio Arm are the returning guys to the bench. Lucanio Arm didn't play last week, and Jaden Hendrickse also didn't play last week. So these are big changes on the match day 23. But I understand the plan here is to make sure that the All Blacks are going to fix some things, rectify some things, and they're going to bring some fire. So these veterans have to come back and be the ones who try to control and harness or get hold of that fire. It does not get out of control. The All Blacks have also released their match day 23, as I mentioned earlier in the video. In the front row, they have gone with Tamaiti Williams at 1, Cody Taylor and Terrell Lomax at 2 and 3 respectively. Their second row is familiar to what they had last week, I think. Yes. At 4, Scott Barrett is the captain, and at 5, Tupo Vaai. The back row, which is a loose trio, will be Wallace Sititi, Sam Kane at 7, Atisavir at 8. is a brilliant player at Sevilla. He played really well last week. Sam Cane is no longer the same Cane that I used to know. He's not the same guy. But he's in this team for mostly experience. At number 9, they have Cortez Ratima comes in to start ahead of TJ Perinara, who's on the bench. They've returned Damian McKenzie at 10, the fly half. Personally, I don't think McKenzie fits what they're going to face when they play the Boks. I feel like he's more like a guy who's supposed to play against less intense teams, because I feel like when it gets difficult, he's not a typical he's not the best test a fly half. They really miss Moanga at 10. Jody Barrett starts at inside center with Rieko Ioane on his outside as number 13. The back three will be Mark Telia, Steve Reese at 14, and Will Jordan shifts from 14 to 15. They have removed Borden Barrett from the starting 15 and he starts on the bench. As I mentioned, the bench, the subs at 16, Asafo Aumua, 17, Ofa Tungafasi, 18, Fletcher Newong, 19, Sam Derry, 20, Luke Jacobson, at 21, TJ Perinara will start on the bench. He will come on in the second half as an impact player with Anton Lynette Brown and Borden Barrett at 22 and 23 respectively. It's a strong squad. They've shuffled the squad, the All Blacks. Sititi is not an actual 6, I think he's an 8. But I don't know what they've done here. I've seen him play 8 before. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out for the All Blacks, but it's a good 15, and also the starting bench is also very experienced. So they are trying to make sure that when the Boks bring in their bench in the second half, they can also have guys who are experienced who can come in and try to match the Springboks and not be overwhelmed. So in general, I think the All Blacks lack some talent in the loose forwards. I think New Zealand lacks talent currently in the loose forwards. I think actually in the pack, their front row is decent, but I think from 5, 6, and 7, they don't have strong players there. Number 8 is fine because Ade Xavier is the one who's there. But at 6 and 7 and 5, they are not the strongest team. I'm not sure if it's because of talent or it's because the guys that they have are not used to playing brutal teams. They're not used to that physical intensity that the Springboks will bring, for example. But yeah, they really miss the guys. Someone like Shannon Frizzell at 6. I think Frizzell is someone they need. They really miss that. He's big, He's also very mobile and very skillful, experienced. In the second row, they miss someone like Brodo Retallick, who's in Japan also. He would add a lot of experience there. Also, he's physical. He knows how to play physical teams. As number 10, they are missing Richie Moanga. I don't think Damian McKenzie is doing them a good job currently. I think they should just open up the policy and select these guys, because they're going to get beaten up a lot by these physical sides. They need to open up and let these guys play. So the All Blacks, I think, have a very strong back line from 9 to 15, but it's no use to have a strong back line if your pack is not doing well. If you're getting hit on collisions and are being pushed backwards, or you're being stopped dead on the advantage line, it does not allow the back line to express themselves, because you're almost going backwards. For any back line to do well, you need to have the pack must set the platform, get momentum, get over the advantage line. For every contact collision, you get a meter that allows you to get quick ball. It allows your looses to clean well, then it can allow number 9 to dish out the ball to the guys in the back line who will have space because the opposition will be retreating backwards towards their try line. If you don't have a strong pack, you will not be able to utilize a talented backline. The All Blacks, they can try all they want. If their pack does not do well, they will not be able to trouble the Springboks. They need to front up physically in this game and maintain that for the whole 80 minutes to have any chance of beating the Boks. The Springboks on the other side, they look very settled. Last week they had a bad start, but I think that they managed to control that fire and managed to climb back to win the game. I think the All Blacks gave them a lot of chances to score, but I think they were lacking that killer punch. So to say this, I don't think Jose Kriel is the guy who is able to manipulate space better than Lucanio Am. I think if they had brought in Lucanio Am to start, they probably could have scored some tries in that game in the opening 30 minutes. But I think they've addressed that this week by bringing in Willie Leroux, who's more experienced and really it's almost like he can smell when there's a chance on the outside, when it's on. He really has an instinct for space. So I think with experience, I think that will allow the Springboks to take their chances this week, and we could be able to score some tries against the All Blacks. They will give us opportunities. We need to take opportunities when it's wide, when it's open on the wide areas. We need to punish them and score those tries for us to have a chance of beating them for the second time in a row in the championship. So it's a good selection by the coaches to bring in Willie Leroux. He will be very crucial in this game. I think the Boks will win this game. They have a superior talent. They have a strong pack on the bench. They have a strong pack starting. They have good backline players also. So really, I think they will win this game. The All Blacks will come with fire. They have rectified some things, but I think the Boks will hold up and win this game. I won't say by how many points, but they will win. Enjoy your evening. Thanks so much. Thanks.